Hey, what's going on? It's Ian Hart here, and today I'm going to be speaking about a balanced training routine. One of the biggest problems that we see when people try to train on their own is that their program is not balanced. So what they're doing is they are overworking certain muscles, creating a muscular imbalance, and everything we do on a daily basis actually creates muscular imbalances anyways. For example, sitting down in a chair, you're leaning forward, your shoulders are curled in, you're tightening your pecs, your abs, your hip flexors, and then your back gets neglected. So this consistently being in this position gets you to hunch over a little bit more each day, each time. And which is why training in general is important, because not only is it going to strengthen the muscles that are weak on the back, but it's also going to loosen up those tight muscles and get blood flowing back to them and then make you looser. You're going to feel better. So what I'm going to speak to you about is a balanced training routine. And what is a balanced training routine? So first I'm going to go a little bit into what we call kinesiology and the study of movement. And when we hire somebody as a trainer, or when a trainer goes to school, they have to learn these things. And a lot of times people think, like, why do I need to know this? Well, it's important to know this because of creating a balanced routine, how the muscles attach to the bones and how they pull on the bones and what muscles are being used, so you know if you're overworking certain muscles or if you're underworking other muscles. So just to give you an idea of what creates a balanced routine, I'm just going to go over certain movements. So you have a wide grip. I'm going to use WG press. Okay, so that would be here. You could do a push-up, that's a press, so you're pressing your body away from the floor, or you're doing a press with dumbbells, and this is wide grip, so the elbows stay out. So a balanced routine would be you pulling in the opposite direction, so you're getting the muscles on the back. So one of the big things we see too is, like, many guys go to the gym and they like to work out their chest. So they do a lot of chest exercises. They're doing a lot of pressing, more pressing than they do back. And over the time, again, with our body structure leaning forward, they also get tighter here, and then the muscles get tighter. And what looks better with your chest, with a stronger back, your chest is going to be open more, and this looks better when you want a bigger chest as opposed to this. And this is what actually happens to the guys who are doing a lot of pressing motions. So a wide grip press, a balance with that would be a wide grip row. And a wide grip row is very important for people who have sedentary lifestyles. So a wide grip row is going to cause what we call retraction of the scapula. So pulling the scapula back, the muscles in between. So it's going to help you with your posture and staying upright. So it's going to help you sit up more, pull your shoulders back. You're going to have a better posture, and you're also going to have a balanced routine. So that's one example. Another example would be a shoulder press. Okay, so arms out. We'll say with every exercise you can always do close grip and wide grip, and they're going to work different muscles, and they're going to work your anatomy differently. So shoulder press, say wide grip. The opposite of that, so if you're pressing up, the opposite of that would be a lat pull down. So a lat pull down, wide grip, would balance that out. Okay, so those are two exercises. I should go back to the row again, because the row is very important. So if you're already in protraction, which a lot of people are, so this position here, you should probably be doing a 2-to-1 ratio. So you should probably be doing this 2 times in a training program, or for every time you do one of these, one wide grip press, you should be doing 2 wide grip rows, or a retraction. So meaning maybe a fly you could do, which would also help with your back, and that's going to help a lot. Now, just to speak to you about the abs, so I'm going to speak to you about the abs because people are sitting down all day, they're in a tight position. The abs might be weak too, but at the same time they're tight. So if you have tight, weak abs, and then you come into the gym and you overdo your abs, and you're doing crunches and your abs are getting tighter and tighter, what that's going to cause is severe imbalance. So just imagine you're in a desk all day like this, right? Your pelvis is tilted, you're sitting down, and then your abs are getting tighter. Then you go to the gym, you do a ton of abs, a ton of flexion. So think about how the spine works. Basically, you're consistently tugging on that lower back, and your lower back only has so many spinal flexions to it before your discs wear down. So every time you do spinal flexion, it's going to, and then spinal flexion is this movement, so that's flexion of the spine. So every time you do this, like picking stuff up off the ground, not properly keeping your back flat, that's spinal flexion. Every time you do that, you can wear and tear a little bit of the discs in between the back, and they get smaller and smaller. So with abs, the balance to crunches or weak abs would be a deadlift. Okay, so deadlift is keeping the back straight, holding weights, just pushing your hips back, feeling your hamstrings and your lower back on the way up. So I'm going to create a video just on the deadlift because it can be a complicated movement. But a balance for the abs would be a deadlift. A lot of people do other things like what they call Supermans, where they raise their arms up. They can be good too, but deadlift, nothing's going to be better than deadlift. If you're doing proper form, it's going to get everything on your back, what we call the posterior chain of your body, and it's going to strengthen everything. And after a few days, you're going to feel like more upright, your lower back's going to feel stronger, and you're going to feel much better. So just to recap, when you think about training, when you train on your own, we create balanced training programs here. We always make sure that everything we do is balanced, so everybody's getting whole routine. But when you train on your own, make sure that you're balancing these movements out. Okay? And they have to be balanced out at least throughout a week of training or within that day. So you have abs and deadlift, and actually deadlift, it also balances out a squat as well. So these basic exercises is basically a whole training routine. I did leave out the squat. I didn't get into the squat, or like a walking lunge, which is essentially like a one-legged squat. But these exercises, you can do a whole training routine from. You can get a good workout, and it's a balanced routine that's going to help your posture, make you feel better. So keep that in mind, balanced training routine whenever you work out. Again, this is Ian Hart. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave a comment below, and I will be sure to answer it. I hope this helped you out. Thanks.